Second part of HP's analysis. Evaluation of the company using the discounted cash flow method.
As illustrated in the figure, during the period 2016 until 2019, the weighted average cost of capital WACC had a negative tendency, which is an uncommon scenario. The proportion of debt in the capital structure during those years was higher than 100%, as the total liabilities was higher than the total assets, and as a result, the proportion of equity in the capital structure was negative as well. For this reason, when calculated the enterprise value through the discounted cash flow method, the value was negative. Within this framework, we use a WACC of 9% as reference. This value was obtained of the website Finbox Inc. Following this assumption, the value of HP will be 171,275 with a debt of 34,660 and an equity of 136,650 based on its future cash flow shown in the figure as well.
The company using two multiples method. The first method that we consider was valuing based on PE ratio. And to get the enterprise value of HP, first we have to find the main competitors of each sector of operations. So, for personal system, we could find Lenovo, Dell, Apple, Acer, and Asus. Using Statista and Yahoo Finance, we could find the market share and the PE ratios for each of them. Using the function SumProduct on Excel, we could get the PE market. Then, for printing sector, we could find Canon, Epson, Brother, Kyocera, and NEC as main competitors of HP. So using Statista and Yahoo Finance again, we can obtain the market share and the PE for each of them. Then, we use the previous data obtained on the beta analysis. So then, we put the corresponding PE market to each sector of operation of HP. Using the same formula on Excel, we obtain the PE market ratio, and in this case was 11.56. Now, to obtain the equity, we multiply the PE market ratio with the net earning from the year 2019. Then we add the debt, and that's how we could find the enterprise value, and for this case it was $71,100 million. For the second method, we use the enterprise value divided by the sales ratio. So here we have to use the market capitalization, the debt, and the cash and cash equivalents. The market capitalization was $221,611 million. We have to add the debt, and then we have to subtract the cash and cash equivalents. So the enterprise value of HP was $251,734 million. Now, if you want to get the ratio, we just have to divide that value by the annual sales. And the result was 4.28.
Evaluation of the company using the market capitalization method. Another method of evaluation of a company is the market capitalization method. Using this method, the economic dimension of a company is calculated by multiplying the price per share with the number of shares outstanding at any given time. In the present case, HP historical valuation for the years 2011-2019 was carried out. Likewise, the variation in the values of the company could be observed using this capitalization method in a graph. In 2019, the value of the equity according to the HP market was $186,000 due to the fact that the price per share fell from 249 in 2018 to 123 in 2019. Likewise, the number of shares decreased in 100 million, which in 2019 was a drastic drop in the market capitalization value. In order to see the historical change of the market capitalization method, we have a graph below in which we have the variation, and we can see that in 2017 HP obtained its highest values, and in 2019 it obtained a significant decrease due to a drop in the stock market of 9.5%.
Analysis of valuation methods.
Based on the calculation of valuation of the company, we will analyze the difference between both methods. In this part, we will analyze the DCF method, the market capitalization method, and the multiple PE.
From a financial perspective, the most correct method to value a company is the DCF method, since they take into account the time value of money and the capacity to generate cash that the company has in the future. About this method, we have taken the free cash flow and we have discounted to the WACC. In this case, based on the DCF, investors have to pay for the company's shares at least $136,615,000. Regarding the market capitalization method, it is the value of the company share in the market in a specific time. If investor wants to buy the company, they have to pay for the company share at least $186,951,000. The last method is the multiple PE, price on earning, which is wage average of the multiples in the market. Then we multiply the earning of the company times the market PE multiple to obtain the market capitalization equity. Based on multiples, investors have to pay for company share at least $36,440,000. There are two perspectives to decide which method is better than the other. For example, if HP board of directors are thinking to sell the company, they would prefer to choose the method that has a high enterprise value, because they will obtain more money for its shares. In this case, the board will prefer to use the market capitalization method. However, if an investor wants to buy HP Inc., they would prefer to value the company with a method that offers a lower price for the company's share, in this case, the multiple PE method. Bonds prospectus of the company.
HP Inc. issues several bonds during this time. In this part, we will explain the bonds prospectus of the company, and also we explain a bond issue that the company made from 2012 to 2022. In order to explain the schedule of the bond.
You can see in the figure the trend of HP Inc. bonds. In the beginning of 2016, the company experienced a drop in the actual value in that period. It happened because HP separated into two enterprises. Since that year, the information is just for HP Inc. Then they keep the value greater than 100, but during 2018, the value kept less than the others years. Likewise, in 2020, the value dropped incredible due to the pandemic of COVID-19, which affected the market because people want their money back, so they had to withdraw money. As a result, the prices were lower. From the ending of 2017 and the beginning of 2019, the value of the bonds were less than in other years. It happened because in that time the reputation of HP was affected due to the mass layoff. In 2016 ending, HP Board of Directors approved a restructuring plan to be implemented until fiscal year 2019. Also, as the government decreased the financial rate, most of the investment paid a lower yield, so the yield of market were lower too. However, nowadays the price is increasing, obtain a high value than in other years. That means that investors would like to buy these bonds. As a result, the price will increase. In this part, we have the information of the bond, which is a semi-annual bond with a coupon rate of 4.05%, in which the fair coupon start date is on September 15, 2012. As you can see, there are 21 coupon payments. Finally, we calculate the yield to maturity semi-annual and annual shown in the table. The actual value of the bond is 130.43, so based on 100%, it has an increasing of 3.43%. In the flow, we multiply that percentage to the face value, obtaining 1034.3, which should be the market value of the bond. As a result, the GTM semi-annual is 3.81%. which is the total return anticipated of this HP Inc. bond if the bond is held until it matures. According to Moody's rating, HP Inc. bond is a Baa2.
Acquisitions and mergers.
During the years, Hewlett-Packard have had many acquisitions, approximately 134, with different companies in the industry, usually to fill critical portfolio gaps, maintain market leadership, or enhance a more competitive strategy. Some of them have been beneficial for the enterprise and others not so much. In 2011, Hewlett-Packard acquired Autonomy Corp., a market leader in the content management solutions, for around $11.1 billion. Likewise, the offer price was at £25.5 a share. However, only 1 year later, HP found out the value of the British software firm was artificially inflated as a result of misleading statements and fraudulent entries into the enterprise book. Hewlett-Packard was forced to write down a goodwill and intangible asset impairment charge of $8.8 billion, as Autonomy was worth 79% less than HP had paid for it. The tables illustrate the enterprise value of Hewlett-Packard before and after the acquisition of Autonomy Corp. Based on the market capitalization method. Within this analysis, we can determine that the acquisition wasn't convenient for HP as the enterprise value dropped during 2012. This is consistent with what we already mentioned before. In 2012, HP noticed that the ex-managers of Autonomy had inflated the company's value with accounting irregularities before the deal. So in this year, the enterprise made an impairment charge related to the goodwill. In 2017, Hewlett-Packard acquired the data management platform Simplicity for $650 million in cash in order to expand its hyper-converged infrastructure, automation, and cloud services. The purchase price was a good deal, as in 2015 the data storage company was valued at more than $1 billion. During the same year, Hewlett-Packard acquired Nimble Storage Inc. in order to boost sales in its declining storage businesses and expand its presence in the hybrid flash storage solutions market. HP paid $12.5 per share in cash, generating a purchase price of $1.09 billion plus a value of $200 million for Nimble and vested equity awards. During 2018, hybrid IT net revenue increased by $1.2 billion or 6% compared to fiscal 2017 due to the results of the Nimble Storage acquisition. Likewise, the purchase boosted the company's coverage storage revenue. The deal also gave the company access to InfoSight, a platform that predicts and prevents infrastructure problems before they arise, which allows the company to resolve them before a customer is even aware of the issue. Nevertheless, we can determine that the acquisition of Simplicity and Nimble Storage Inc. wasn't convenient for Hewlett-Packard because the enterprise value went from $699,924 in 2017 to $437,881 in 2018. In 2018, Hewlett-Packard acquired Blue Data Software Inc., a leading provider of software that transforms the way enterprises display artificial intelligence and big data analytic tools. Joining Blue Data with HP existing platforms such as HPE Apollo System and HPE PointNext service can accelerate consumer digital transformation by providing innovative and easy to implement AI and big data analytic solutions. The acquisition appears to be beneficial to HP because by 2022, the artificial intelligence, machine learning, and big data market is expected to grow to approximately $160 billion. It will only depend on the enterprise skills to extract business value and implement faster and cost-effective solutions. However, as detailed in the tables, the acquisition of Blue Data Software Inc. does not seem to be beneficial to Hewlett-Packard, as the enterprise value decreased in 2019, a year after the acquisition was established. As for the mergers, in 2002, HP decided to merge with Compaq Computer Corporation in a $25 billion deal to acquire new product lines and get more presence in the low-margin PC business. It is also deemed by some as an acquisition. This merger was considered a failure as they lost half of their market value and there were heavy job losses. The main problem was integrating two separate high complex enterprises with different cultures. Likewise, in 2019, Xerox Holding Corp. Raised an offer in order to pursue an acquisition with its largest rival HP Inc. However, 1 year later, Xerox announced that it had definitely dropped its $35 billion hostile takeover bid to acquire HP because the COVID-19 has undermined its ability to carry out a merger that will put the enterprise in a huge debt.
Question 18. Possible financial derivatives. As a global company, HP is exposed to different foreign currency rates and fluctuations that could affect the expected cash flow, including some assets or liabilities. So the use of financial derivatives is considered as an important part of its risk management strategy. And according to the Note 10 to consolidate financial statements for the year 2019, this company used forward contracts, total return swaps, interest rate swaps, and sometimes they use option contracts in order to hedge interest rate, foreign currency, and the return in some investments. The company considers all its derivative instruments as a fair value, and you can find them in the consolidated balance sheet. However, For its derivative contracts, they have two options. Consider them as a fair value hedges or cash flow hedges, classifying each cash flow appropriately. On the other hand, for those who can be classifying as hedging instruments, HP recognizes them as other derivatives. Now, regarding to the contract, there is a possibility that the other party wouldn't meet their contractual obligation. So for this situation, they use master knitting agreements, which are arrangements between them and the counterparties that allows compensating one of them in case there will be some troubles in the transaction. Additionally, to face the credit risk, the company uses collateral security arrangement that could be used in case of exceeding the limits established for credit. This limit is always established by credit ratings. So, according to this explanation, we could classify the different financial derivatives that HP uses in three groups. The first is fair value hedges, and here you can find the rate swaps that HP uses as a way to reduce the exposure of its debt to different changes in the market, such as variation on the interest rate payment. For example, they start a debt using a LIBOR rate floating, so if there are some troubles in the market, they could change to a fixed rate. Now, the second group is conformed by cash flow hedges, and here we can find the forward or option contracts that HP uses to protect them against the foreign currency exchange risk. In the case of its cash flow, the coverage has a term of 12 months, and for those who were related with long-term acquisitions, this could extend it for years. Finally, we have the third group, and here we can find the other derivatives that HP uses to protect the balance sheet of the company. For this reason, HP uses total return swaps to hedge its executive deferred compensation plan liability.
Conclusions and recommendations. In the case of acquisition and mergers that HP made, it can be concluded by comparing the market capitalization method with enterprise value that in most of the times the before and after the acquisitions of or mergers that HP made with other companies had been convenient, since as a result it was obtained that the enterprise value was reduced significantly due to the misleading of the market analysis. So as a recommendation, our group suggests for HP that every time that make an acquisition or a merger, they analyze the market and company well in order to reduce the magnitude of the mistakes. Since, for example, when HP made a merger with a Compaq, the market was significantly reduced share and large number of employees that have to be fired to contain this drop on the stock market. Likewise, the group was able to conclude that with respect to HP bonds, since they are all of a BBB plus rating, they tend to be not so safe, since they possess a minimum degree of risk. They generate that they have speculative characteristics, so the internal rate of returns ends up being even higher than a BBB rating. In addition, we observed that its market value in the months before the pandemic increased, and that it could be due to the fact that there is a greater intention to buy the bonds, so their value will have increased as a consequence. As a recommendation of that, in the case of bonds, we consider it important for HP to change its bond rating from BBB plus to an AAA rating. Since although these bonds are considered to be average rating obligations, if they exist, however, in the face of difficult economic conditions or changes in circumstances, the issuer's ability to meet its financial commitments in relation to its obligation could be impaired, and this reduces HP reliability as a bond issue. It is also concluded that there is no a better valuation method than another. It is depends on the intention of the parties. For example, if you think about selling the company HP, the most correct thing will be to choose the market capitalization method, since the business value is higher due to the calculation of its value by publishing the number of shares but their price on the market. However, if you're an investor who wants to buy HP, the most suitable method will be one where the lowest value is paid for the company's share. So it will be better to use the multiply PE method. So, as a recommendation, we think that HP is encouraged to choose the correct method according to the company's proposal. The DCF method must be used to know futures, if the company wants to know what its market value is HP, HP has to use the market capitalization method, and if the company wants to compare to its competitors, the appropriate method is